Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, today the U.S. House passed a bill that would allow contraceptive services for all veterans going through the VA, contraception without having to pay copays. It should have passed very easily on, just a bipartisan supported bill. But it didn't. Last week it failed. Why? Because people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. They akin contraception to abortion, which these things don't do, especially things like Plan B. Plan B does not cause an abortion. It actually prevents a pregnancy from starting in the first place, therefore there cannot be an abortion. It's pretty simple. No pregnancy, no abortion. But some of these people don't understand this, and they don't, or either they do and they don't care, or they just are too stupid to understand this. That if the egg never implants into the uterus, there is no pregnancy, thus cannot be an abortion. There is no life, no even a chance at life until that egg attaches to the uterus. That's just how it is. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I understand that. So people like Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted to prevent our veterans from having access to contraception because it might be like an abortion. Does that make any damn sense to you? First off, these people went out and risked their damn lives for our country. And you're going to tell them they can't have access to certain health care when they get home? Boy, so much for the right being all about, supporting our military, huh? These are the same people that are trying to ban smoking up to 21 in their states. Yet, they want to make sure that, you can still go shoot people and get shot at and killed for their military. But then when you come home, do they care? Do they want to take care of you? Do they want to make sure all your needs are met? No. Why? Because really the right doesn't care about the military. It's all bluster. They send these people into war for nothing. Nothing. And then when they come back, they shit on them. Now, maybe you disagree. Maybe you're one of those people that think Plan B or the pill in general causes abortions when they prevent pregnancies. Now, there were birth control way back in the when it first came out that worked a little differently than today's, and I'm sure those are still out there somewhere. But the majority of birth control used, and even the VA could control what they dispense, don't do that. They work differently, especially Plan B, which is one of their big oppositions, was ensuring that Plan B be available without copay through the VA. And they thought, oh, we'll block it because of this. But this week, the Democrats did a different process. They thought they had support, because why wouldn't you have support to make sure our military has all the health things they need? You would think for a party that's so high and mighty about the military and how we got to pay them, almost $2 trillion a year, and any cut to that is, touching the sacred cow. All of a sudden, they don't support the military. Isn't that interesting? These are the same people that also didn't support the police on January 6th. Same type of people. I mean, in fact, you had Marjorie Taylor Greene coordinating from inside the House chamber, telling where everybody was going. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand where the people come from with these ideas. Maybe it's because I have half a brain. I don't know. And I know most of my viewers have a brain. So, The fact is, that's what they want to do to our military. They want to keep them from being able to have access to contraception. Meanwhile, the Democrats are making sure it gets passed. Now, hopefully, it can pass the Senate. I don't figure it will, but it should. And I just don't understand these people that act like this, that seem to think they're so high and mighty, that they want to talk about how, God forbids this, God forbids that, but they don't live it in their own life. How hypocritical. Most of these senators that block this stuff have either used or had someone in their family or even a mistress use said contraception, especially Plan B. They're going to sit there and act like they haven't. They're going to act like they're saints. But we're going to learn 5, 10, 20 years from now that almost all of them had mistresses and were having affairs. Almost all of them. Why do I know this? Because it happened in the 90s too. Not with contraception, but over a president getting a little extra on the side, I guess you could say. The Monica Lewinsky scandal. Yeah, most of the people that tried to prosecute Bill Clinton for having an affair were having affairs themselves while they prosecuted him for having an affair. Newt Gingrich, for example, is on his 5th marriage? They elected a president, the Republicans, who didn't follow the Bible. They elected Donald Trump, who was cheated on every one of his wives. Not to mention the tape from Russia with the hookers. Just one of those weird things, huh? The Democrats are, godless, amoral people. But you know what? Everybody's screwed up. It doesn't matter what your political leaning is. Not one party has a stranglehold on morality. But you know what we could do? Is, since we all know that we're all flawed, that we all have our problems, how about we make sure everybody has what they need in case a mistake happens? Make sure everybody has access to Plan B in case a mistake happens. We're not perfect. And I believe everybody should have access to something like Plan B if they need it. And if they're in our military, then the VA should pay for it. Period. End of the story. But then again, if a person from the military shows up to the VA with a hangnail, they should have that taken care of too. There's no reason that somebody from our military should not have what they need. If they need medical procedures done, it should be done. If they need medication, whether it be, a ruptured appendix or they need Plan B because of something that happened. Once again, let me remind you, Plan B does not cause an abortion. It can't cause an abortion because there's not a pregnancy. That's it. I don't know how many more times how much more clearly I can put it, how many more times I could say it. But our military deserves care. And they're sometimes not getting what they need. So let's hope this bill will pass the Senate and be done with. We shall see. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road.